A quick update. My assistant there, manning the hobby chair, so she'll be there for a while. The Death Star. I'm going to paint this weekend, and I'm going to try to at least get most of the panels done on it with the lighter shade gray, which is the color I want to use for the base coat, and that should be hopefully accomplish this weekend. That's just my game plan on that. I didn't get a whole lot done last couple of days. Number one, it's been cold and windy, and it shouldn't affect models on the inside, but it does affect when you try to do primer. I'm going to try to get this primer days. The weather should be pretty decent. This is about the only aerosol can that I don't spray in the house, but I kind of need to leave it outside because it does. It is strong when you lay it down, and everyone's like, "Well, why don't you have like a paint booth?" And I'd have to have a paint booth that would basically end of the workbench, probably about there, and I'd say the depth would be pretty decent here. Just to cover the big project. I used to have one a long time ago, and like for example, you could have models basically the size of the Death Star here, about the palm of your hand, and it would fit. But every time I kept trying to paint stuff, models kept getting longer and bigger, and it just became practical. I paint a lot, but I don't paint enough to justify to have a huge paint booth. But anyway, that's another story down the road. But if I ever found one, I might get one, but likely doubt it. Most of everything I paint's acrylic, so and you're just spraying it real quick. Painting it. You're not painting basically a car. So you're not getting a whole lot of overspray or anything of that nature. But anyway, hopefully I'm going to get some more paint on that. I don't have a whole. That's the only bad about I can't update, especially like the Death Star. I'm basically waiting on painting, and that's more of a weekend thing with me. And I always tell everyone up front when I build models that I paint on the weekends. So bear with me on that. The Impala, again, I got to get it primered. I'm going to try to get it primered today. And it just basically needs a couple coats before I can start putting the, the black paint job on it. But you can see where I got the little bit of the sticker residue. I got to try to get off. That's one thing I love about primer. It shows you what you have missed. The MBT. I did get the dual landing gear on, and it's actually, one of them's going to be a little crooked. I tried my darndest, and what I think really needs to be done is you basically need to whack the wheels off, get you some a brass rod, really drill them out, and redo the landing gear rod. But anyway, that should be just enough to where it shouldn't really matter. I'm going to I gotta soften it up with some glue, and I'm gonna straighten it. But it is sturdy and it does sit, so I ain't complaining on that. I still got to get the radiator back in, and but the dual wheels on, and I just need to tweak it just a little bit, and I need to tweak the back here, get it pretty much straight. But then I'm down to propeller, and doing the little guns that go on the the little cockpit openings, and then there's a clear part that goes here. I don't know if it's on the MBT1. I'm gonna have to try to look at some more pictures and see if I can find any more. And then basically finish my. Of course, I kind of been neglecting to finish the struts here, and then shoot it with a lot of primer and get it where it could be ready for paint probably in about a week. So it's intimidating, but it's a very fun build. Plus I got to find a torpedo for it and all that, and markings and all that good stuff. Anyway, we'll jump there once we get to that point in time. I'll share this. I've been getting in a bad habit here lately. I've been leaving the workbench and going to bed. I've been leaving it like that. I try to watch myself, and that evaporates glue really quick. I don't know why I've been getting back in the habit of not putting it back on, but I have. I used to do that a lot with the old Testors glue. You know, you spend $3 for a bottle of glue, and you leave that open, and you come back the next day, and you know half of it's already evaporated. And you always need more glue. And it seems like when you glue a model, you always got about a quarter left for glue left, and that's when you really need a lot of glue. But anyway, that's a little thing there. The Gran Torino. I'm going to primer it today. With that is what I'm planning on. So hopefully get some primer on it, and then we can. Just make probably, if the weather's good, because it'll be more of an outside, because I'm going to do rattle can on it, and hopefully the weather will cooperate. The Crazy Horse, I'm in the process right now, if you can see it where it's wrinkly, getting the top decal on here on the other side. This is basically 3 pieces. And getting it down with water and trying to, you can see where it's crinkly, and I'm going to add some solution to it, get it settled down, and I'll basically be done. One thing is, I can't find 72. I don't know where 72 is on the decal sheet. 73, 74, and I don't know, I don't think I cut it off, but and I just don't know where it is. I mean, it's crazy. 71, 70. I just have no. Oh, there it is. 72. There we go. See, that's why we need the. That's why we need the video and YouTube to find the decals. 71 and 72 goes there and there, so we'll be good to go. Okay, remember that. I'll try to do that later today to get that on, and I'm pretty much done except for the little blue on the fins here. Pretty much done with that, and then I'm going to flip it on its side and start doing the sides and the bottom. That's my game plan on that. But anyway, slowly but surely, we are getting decals on the Crazy Horse. But anyway, that's a quick update. I wanted to get that over with so I could continue on. I always like to do updates little by little. Shows you what I've done, and I do this exclusively for the models I build for the people. So you know, I'm going to show everyone most of the steps that I do. Sometimes I do forget to do some of the steps, but that's just you know, the way it is with the video. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today. I should have a shed update if weather cooperates, if it ain't too cold and rainy. And I do have some unique kits to show. So more decals on the Crazy Horse. Hopefully to get some primer on the Gran Torino and the Impala over there. And hopefully get some paint accomplished on the Death Star. And we got the landing gear done on the MBT-1. So that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.